For years, Lost in Space held a special place in the hearts of science fiction lovers everywhere. Whether you watch the original 1965 version or the slick Netflix reboot, there's no denying the impact this spacefaring family had on pop culture. But even the most loyal fans miss some jaw-dropping details, production secrets, and strange coincidences that might just change how you see the Robinsons forever. Let's take a deep dive into the galaxy of untold facts behind Lost in Space, from bizarre behind-the-scenes drama to futuristic tech predictions that actually came true. Buckle up, because this isn't your typical family vacation through the stars. 1. The show was almost called something else entirely, believe it or not. Lost in Space wasn't the original name. Creator Irwin Allen had initially titled the show Space Family Robinson, a nod to the classic Swiss Family Robinson tale. While the storyline stuck, network execs worried the title wouldn't connect with audiences craving high-stakes adventure. So they went with Lost in Space, and the rest is TV history. 2. Dr. Smith was supposed to die in the pilot. Yes, the show's most iconic character, Dr. Zachary Smith, played to perfection by Jonathan Harris, was never supposed to last more than one episode. Originally written as a short-lived villain, Harris brought such flair and dark humor to the role that producers couldn't kill him off. He became the series' chaotic centerpiece, evolving into a surprisingly lovable anti-hero. 3. The robot had a real name you never heard on screen. Everyone remembers the robot shouting, "Danger, Will Robinson." But did you know the robot actually had a name? In production notes, he was referred to as Robot Model B9, Class M3, but the cast and crew lovingly called him Robbie, a nod to Forbidden Planet's Robbie the Robot. Most fans never even knew this. 4. It predicted some modern tech years ahead of its time. While Lost in Space leaned heavily into retrofuturism, it also made eerily accurate predictions. The family's wrist communicators, hello, smartwatches, their food replicating machines, think 3D printed meals, and the ship's computer, series Cosmic Ancestor. Not bad for a show from the 1960s. 5. Special effects were creative. The show's budget wasn't exactly stellar by today's standards, so the crew had to get very creative. Some asteroids were made from painted potatoes, and alien creatures were just old Halloween costumes reused with new paint. Still, the charm of the effects and how seriously the actors treated them gave the show its campy, lovable tone. 6. The cast had real-life tensions behind the scenes. All was not always peaceful aboard the Jupiter 2. Jonathan Harris's scene-stealing performances annoyed some cast members, especially Guy Williams' Professor Robinson, who felt his role was being sidelined. The tension got so bad that scripts were rewritten to feature Dr. Smith, Will, and the robot, more often turning the family adventure into more of a trio comedy. 7. Bill Mumy was almost cast in the Brady Bunch. Will Robinson, played by Bill Mumy, became one of the breakout stars of the show. But get this, he almost became part of another iconic TV family. Mumy was nearly cast as Bobby Brady in the Brady Bunch. He turned it down to avoid being typecast. Wise move? You decide. 8. A major lawsuit over the reboot. When Netflix brought Lost in Space back in 2018, fans were thrilled, but not everyone was happy. The family of Guy Williams wasn't consulted about the reboot, sparking a quiet legal battle over image rights and royalties. Although it was eventually resolved, it shed light on how the legacy of classic TV can sometimes get lost in the business of entertainment. 9. The original set was recycled for other sci-fi shows after Lost in Space ended. The sets didn't go to waste. They were repurposed for shows like Batman and Star Trek. If you've got a sharp eye, you might spot familiar walls or control panels in episodes of those series. Sci-fi fans love finding those Easter eggs. 10. There was an episode too weird to air. Almost one episode, The Great Vegetable Rebellion, is widely considered the weirdest in the entire series. Featuring giant talking plants and a villain made entirely of lettuce, it almost didn't make it past the network censors. Jonathan Harris was reportedly laughing so hard during filming, he could barely stay in character. If you've never seen it, it's a must-watch for the sheer campy absurdity. Conclusion: from last-minute casting changes to surprisingly accurate tech, Lost in Space was a treasure trove of strange facts, overlooked drama, and hidden genius. It wasn't just another sci-fi show, it was a cultural phenomenon that pushed the boundaries of TV in ways fans are still uncovering today. So next time you hear Danger, Will Robinson, remember, There's a lot more going on behind those blinking lights and space-age sets than meets the eye.